Estructura 1.4, telling time. In both English and Spanish, the verb ser and numbers are used to tell time. So think of this. In English, we say it is 2:58. So we'll be doing some things similar and some things a little bit different when telling time in Spanish. So to ask what time it is, ask ¿qué hora es? Literally, this is what hour is it? When telling time, use es la when the hour is 1 o'clock, una, and son las when the hour is any other hour besides 1. That's just the difference between using the singular of 1 hour and the plural of more than 1. So, es la una, it is 1 o'clock. But son las dos, it is 2 o'clock. Son las seis, it is 6 o'clock. So you'll always use a verb, es or son, and then either la or las. La if the hour expressed is una, las for all other hours. As in English, you express time from the hour to the half hour in Spanish by adding minutes. Son las 4:05. It is 4, las 4 and 5. It's 4:05. So to express the minutes, we'll just tack that on by using the word and, which is e, and then the number of the minutes, 5. Son las 11:20. It is 11:20. So it is 11 and 20 minutes. You may use either y cuarto or y quince to express 15 minutes or a quarter past the hour. Cuarto is quarter, quince is 15. For 30 minutes or half past the hour, you may use either y media or y treinta, so literally and a half, and 30. So it's 1:15. We could either say es la 1:15 or es la 1:15. It's 9:15. We could either say son las 9:15 or son las 9:15. On the half past the hour, son las 12:30, or we could also say son las 12:30. It's 7:30, son las 7:30, or son las 7:30. You express time from the half hour to the hour in Spanish by subtracting minutes or a portion of an hour from the next hour. So basically what's going on here, once the minutes are past 30, and so once we're in the like 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, even up to 59 minutes, what we will do to be correct is we will express the next closest hour. Now, for example, like in English, we say it's 1:45, but in Spanish, we're going to say, and this is to be correct, this is to be grammatically correct, which is what your textbook and your workstation, your Portales workstation is going to expect from you. So 1:45, we would express that as it's 2 o'clock minus 15 minutes, or it's another way of saying it's 15 minutes until 2. So we won't say it's 1:45, even though if you're a native speaker or if you know native speakers, you know that that's the way they talk on the street, very commonly like we do. But in the textbooks, the correct way to do this is to subtract the minutes from the next closest hour. So like right here, it's almost 1 o'clock, okay? So it's 1:45 is basically what we'll be expressing in Spanish, or it's 1 o'clock minus 15 or minus a quarter. Remember, we use es la when we're expressing the hour 1. Es la 1:15 or es la 1:15. Here it's 2:45, so we're going to say that it's 3 o'clock minus 15 minutes. Son las 3:15, or you could say son las 3 menos cuarto. 20 minutes until 8. Son las 8 menos 20. So it's 8 o'clock minus 20. Son las 3 menos 10. It's 10 minutes until 3. Excuse me. To ask at what time a particular event takes place, use the phrase a qué hora. Okay, this is a huge difference, and this is another area where every single semester students confuse the difference between telling what time it is and telling at what time something takes place. Big difference, right? Right now it's 3:03 in my house, and at 5:30 we will eat dinner. Okay, so those are two different sentences, and we express them differently in English, so we need to express them differently in Spanish as well. So the expression a qué hora, the word a is the main thing here. It means at. At what time? To state at what time something takes place, use the construction a la or a las. So, a qué hora es la clase de biología? At what time is biology class? La clase es a las 2. The class is at 2 o'clock. Notice this. The class is at 2 o'clock. Okay? Now, if we're just saying it's 2 o'clock right now, that would be son las 2. Okay? But to say the class is, that's using the verb ser again. So, la clase es a las 2. Different, very similar, but different. ¿A qué hora es la fiesta? At what time is the party? A las 8. At 8 o'clock. Here are some useful words and phrases associated with telling time. So, en punto is how you would say on the dot or sharp. Son las 8 en punto. It's 8 o'clock sharp. Es el mediodía. It's noon. All right. Notice this here. We're actually saying it is the noon. Something else you just got to memorize. There's some vocabulary practice in Portales, or you could make yourself some flashcards. El mediodía, accent over the I. Middle day, middle of the day. It's noon. Es la medianoche. It's midnight. Son las 9 de la mañana. So it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Son las 4:15 de la tarde. It's 4:15 in the afternoon. Son las 10:30 de la noche. It's 10:30 at night. Now, when does this switch? Because we are, in a class, we need to know what's the cutoff so that we can practice these. And let's say that 6 p.m. is when the time changes from de la tarde to de la noche. So up to 6 p.m., we'll call that afternoon, de la tarde. And after 6 p.m., we'll use de la noche. So just a couple of things to practice, or just to look at fast here at the end. ¿Qué hora es? What time is it? Son las 4 menos 10. So give yourself some think time. I'm going to be quiet for a couple of seconds. What time is she saying? Son las 4 menos 10. It's 4 o'clock minus 10 minutes. So in other words, it's 10 minutes till 4, or in other words, 3:50. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 4:25. It is 4:25. El fin.